What time is it?
It's morning.
Okay. You were out on your bike all night, right? Easing your secret pain, just like the jackal spent 3 hours of the morning easing my own.
Elizabeth and her children were threatened again. I need to find out who's responsible.
Trust me, okay? It's all there. Now you two have to live up to your end of the deal. If Jason Morgan finds out what happened in the park with Elizabeth and her kids, he will kill you. And if he finds out that I had anything to do with it, I will kill you. Now all you gotta do is get out of town and stay out.
The guy was 6 foot, gray hair. The other guy was shorter, darker hair. It was afternoon, okay? It was right in the center of the park. What?
Just that the jackal was rudely awakened from deep sleep, so just give me a couple minutes to focus, that's all. Not that I'm in any condition for cyber sleuthing anyway, since my heart has been shattered into cork-sized fragments.
All right, what happened?
The jackal now has an understanding of Stone Cold's secret pain, and some things are too grievous to speak of. But simply allow me to enter the description of the evildoers that threatened fair Elizabeth and your progeny. Whew.
So, anyway, I do not expect to be seeing either of you around anymore.
Nope. But it sure was nice doing business with you.
This is going to come back to bite you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The two men that just left, they match the description of the guys who threatened Elizabeth in the park.
Those guys? Those guys are grips on Everyday Heroes.
Come on, Sam. I know what it's like to get caught doing something wrong and then deny, but if I figured it out, how long do you think until Jason puts it all together?
Actually believe that I hired the man who threatened Elizabeth. Why didn't you tell Jason?
Because we're friends, and I would never want to blow your cover. Besides, I admire you. It was a brilliant plan getting those guys to scare Elizabeth. That perfect mom probably went running to Lucky, never to see Jason again.
I don't care about Elizabeth.
Sam, you disappoint me. Not long ago, we were all about ruining Elizabeth's life. Here I am waiting for the fun to start. Unfortunately, Mac gave me a description of what the guys from the park look like, and those two fit it.
No, those two do not. I already told you, they are workers from Everyday Heroes, my show. Remember that show? Besides, Elizabeth is living in a hell of her own making.
All right, that's how you want to play it. Just make sure no one else catches on.
Okay, I want you to hack into the security links from every building surrounding that park, and you find anyone who remotely fits that description.
Okay, why not have fair Elizabeth take a look at possible suspects so she can help you narrow it down?
She can.
I mean, it's really easy. I can just isolate the frames, blow it up, print it
I'm
out.
not going to be seeing Elizabeth anymore.
What about baby Stone Cold?
I don't want to talk about it, Spinelli.
You can't be permanently separated from your
I've
firstborn.
decided to stay out of Elizabeth's life and her children's for good.
Have the papers notarized and sent back to me. I'll look for them midweek. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I should have called first. I didn't mean to just drop by like this.
No one really drops by here. No one's way to anywhere. I heard about what happened at the park. You rescued Elizabeth and her children?
Yeah, I happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Good. Well, on behalf of my brother, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
You do know that Lucky was called to the scene. Okay, well, I could not believe the level of tension between him and Elizabeth, and I am pretty certain that Lucky is going to be desperate to be the one to find these guys, and I'm really worried that he's going to put himself in harm's way.
That's what cops do. Why are you suddenly worried about me?
I'll talk to you later. Rick is on a warped path. He's gonna come after Kate now.
You see, that's exactly why I'm here. Rick knows where you're vulnerable. He knows how to hurt me.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm wondering if Rick is behind the attack on Elizabeth in the park.
In a strong position right now. Alcazar's gone. There hasn't been any problems.
Doesn't make any sense. The professional would try to grab Elizabeth and her kids in the middle of the afternoon, right in the center of the park. Okay? But if it was a setup to scare Elizabeth, you know that's how Rick thinks.
Yeah, it is. But Rick claims to care for Elizabeth.
Oh, come on, man. You didn't see what Rick did to Elizabeth on the witness stand. He hurt Elizabeth to get to me. It just makes sense that Rick would threaten Elizabeth and her kids.
You know what? You can make a case against Rick, but the thing is, you know how many enemies we've had over the years? Any one of them could have seen you and Elizabeth's relationship in the papers, in the news.
I get it, I know, and it gives Rick cover.
Right. I mean, he's a snake. And you know what? He could set this whole thing up. I believe that. But the thing is, he may not. So we can't let ourselves get caught up in hating him so much that we overlook the other possible threats.
I just need to find the men who threatened Elizabeth and make them give up who they work for.
Hello?
Sonny, it's Elizabeth Spencer. Did I catch you at a bad time?
I'm in a meeting with Jason.
Oh, please don't tell him that it's me. I don't want him to know what I'm doing.
Well, see, Coop and I are having problems, and I thought maybe if I could help him solve a case, we could work things out.
So you're thinking that the clean-cut cadet will overlook your unseemly behavior in exchange for career advancement?
It's an insulting way to put it, I think, but it's true. If Coop catches those people that threatened Elizabeth and her kids in the park, then that would be good for him, and in turn, that would be good for me.
You would be well served to allow Coop and the other law-abiding ones to solve their own cases, okay? The fate of Fair Elizabeth is out of your hands.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to solve this case yourself so you can impress Lulu, but you're gonna tell me what you found out.
What are you doing here?
The bad blonde one is trying to foment a score between the fair Lulu and the Jackal,
Why don't
okay?
you say something like
just
that?
quit messing with Spinelli.
Yeah.
Okay?
Quit messing.
Fine, but when you need help, don't ask me for a favor.
Okay. Anything about the guys in the park?
You know, that's exactly what the bad blonde one was
I don't
asking
care about her. I need you to stay focused. I need you to find these guys.
Okay, it's hard when there's nothing to go on, okay? Even the Jackal can't just conjure
Well,
up
the
these
Jackal
evildoers
should
with
keep looking because I need to make sure these guys never threaten Elizabeth or her kids again.
Hi. Thanks for doing this. Thank you, thank you.
You know, I don't know what you have to say to me that you couldn't tell me at Windermere.
I know, it was incredibly awkward when you walked in and I was talking to Nicholas about you and I got flustered and I just want to let you know that I don't gossip, okay? I'm not that kind of a person, only because I hate when people gossip about
Sam,
me.
just tell me why I'm here.
Okay, well, it's not what you think. I need your help. When Elizabeth and the boys were threatened, the only thing on my mind was running off the attackers. But I've been going over and over it in my head, and lucky I am certain that they mentioned Jason, which is crazy because I think it makes me just as much of a target as it does Elizabeth.
Wait, how do you figure?
Well, Jason and I were closer. I lived together with him for 3 years, and I just look. I'm starting to worry that whoever threatened Elizabeth is going to come after me. So I need your help. I want to hire a bodyguard, and I would like to hire you.
Hey, could it be that these two men work for like a rival of Mr. Corinthos, sir? You know, maybe a territorial dispute.
No,
maybe?
they would get leverage on Sonny, not me.
Well, does my mentor think that the threats against Fair Elizabeth and her offspring, including the small Stone Cold one, are not in fact mob-related?
Okay, who stands to benefit if Elizabeth is afraid? Who gets to say that they're right if Elizabeth thinks I'm dangerous?
I mean, I guess Fair Lulu's brother Lucky, but I don't know. I can't imagine that the cautious cop would hire evildoers to threaten his wife. I mean, to me, that sounds like something more that the DA of Darkness would do. Stone Cold, observe. Okay, look, this is security footage from a building on the perimeter of the park.
Okay.
Those two men seem to fit the
Well,
general
can you get a
description.
clear image?
Yeah.
Because I need to find these guys so they can give up Rick Lansing.